Okay, it is 10 o'clock. We will call the meeting to order. Commissioners President Mitchell, Xander, Charbonneau, please stand with us for the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right, we do have some corrections, some items to add to the agenda. We have a previously approved capital outlay authorization of a GMC 2024 terrain for the civil server for the sheriff's department. And an item to move that was under new business that needs to go to previously approved was the interlocal agreement of City of Glendive Justice of the Peace / City Court. Can I have a motion?
Make a motion to add and move those agenda items.
Second. Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries. Okay, approval of prior minutes, May 6, 2025.
I'll make a motion that we approve the minutes from May 6th.
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye. Stealing the other one.
We got some previously approved administrative items. Capital outlay authorization, the Sheriff's Department, 2025 Explorer, $48,264 from American Ford. MDOT permit transfer application permit 06098. Transfer advertising to Glendive Chamber. And MDOT permit transfer application permit 40111 transfer outdoor advertising to the Glendive Chamber. And capital outlay, Sheriff Department 2024 GMC terrain. And the interlocal agreement of City of Glendive Justice of the Peace / City Court. Administrative items, March claims, $387,255.88 with payroll of $1,206,099.32. I have a motion for the claims.
Make a motion to pay March claims.
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries. We have a cannabis location letter, Bloom Dispensary. To whom it may concern, we have reviewed the location of the Bloom, Montana dispensary. The location of 2720 West Town Street, Glendive, Montana, is outside of the Glendive city limits and has no zoning restrictions that would prohibit the sale, manufacturing, cultivation of marijuana. No business license are required for Dawson County. Dawson County follows state and guidelines for signage. I believe this is in reference to the sale of Magic City Relief to now the Bloom. Can I have a motion?
I think it's the other way around. It's meant to have the balloon before and now it's meant to.
Don't believe so, but I'm not sure.
Yeah. Was the balloon, I believe,
Okay,
because our other letter of approval to that location was for the balloon a year ago.
I don't know which they go by.
well, it says contact right here at Bloom, Montana.
That's the email address.
Yep.
So I don't know how they,
Yeah.
but I think that's the way he wanted it.
Where's 2720 at?
That's out there, Knowles, by Knowles Ready Mix.
Oh. I don't know.
They have the wrong address on it.
Still open for a motion?
Make a motion to approve the sign request.
Get a second?
Second.
Any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries. Old business. We have many board members needed. Board of Appeals, floodplain, we need 4. Compensation Committee, 2. Council on Aging, 2. Forest Park Street Maintenance, 2. Highland Park Irrigation Board, 2. Highland Park Street Maintenance Advisory Council, 2. Planning Board, 1. Ritchie Cemetery Board, 2. River Road Irrigation Board, 2. Tax Appeal Board, 3. Weed Mosquito Board, 1.
Is Nancy Ulrich, is she agreeing to be on that board as one of those 2 or
That
not?
was my understanding.
We should probably do her letter of appointment then.
Okay. I know, and then Jeremy Blaisdell's talked about getting on River Road,
Okay.
Irrigation Board also.
I'd make a motion to take these off our agenda while we still continue to fill them, but
We'll second that motion.
Any discussion? All those in favor? Motion carries.
We do need somebody on the compensation committee before June.
Yes, we do. Service provider, county designated form for providing to receive earmarked alcohol tax monies due June 14th, 2025. I know this was tabled at the last council session.
Want to continue to table it?
Somebody talking to me.
I don't know if we have any more information.
Divvy it up between them all. You know,
Have you been getting reports from any of them?
I don't know, they should might need more money than,
I think I guess we did not look into it. We need to look into this a little bit. Yes, in my opinion, clear.
table it again and get all of them people.
And you can make a motion of such.
Money or not. Think they come in. And how much is it amount to? Dollar amount.
Do you remember the last amount we paid?
On the earmarked.
Like
Nice.
100,000 a year, 80,000 a year.
I think it was that much.
Get it. That's the
Quarterly.
one we get quarterly and I split between 2 people. Off the top of my head, I'd have to check.
Yeah, I don't remember.
I don't remember if that's one that was one of the March ones or if it was before March. I can check.
I'll entertain a motion.
I'll make a motion on the table it so we can determine which entities,
How much money and
yeah, how much money and how to divide it up.
I'll second that.
Any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries. Bell Street Bridge Committee, painting the bridge.
Yes, during our March 27th meeting, Angie Hagan with Public Justice attended and let us know that she would like to, with the help of volunteers, paint the outer walkway where the lights are attached. And after discussing with her some different implications, safety and EPA, the committee did vote to recommend that she be allowed to do it with the understanding that all EPA regulations regarding painting over the river are followed, and any safety regulations that might be put forth by Dawson County as far as how many volunteers might be allowed on that walkway right now at any given time. We weren't sure if we had anything like that. We did find a liability release form that would also need to be signed by her once she decides on a date. And then it does have a spot here for a commissioner's signature if it is approved. But if it's approved, we can move forward with her and get that all taken care of and provide copies to clerk and recorder, maintenance department, and Angie as well.
You're talking about that narrow walkway on the.
The one we put a gate on
Yeah, that was gated for a reason.
for safety. That's
There's holes in the floor of the walkway.
which I did make a point to mention.
Yeah, I would not be in favor of that until those are repaired, because some of them are pretty big.
Right, and I didn't know how bad they were, so I wanted to bring it. I told her we would not vote on allowing her to, only a recommendation based solely on if it was safe.
Right. Yeah, there's some pretty big holes in there that
Okay.
could cause issues, I'm sure. Big enough your foot will go through it.
And how I remembered it, but I hadn't been on there for
Yeah.
about 9 years.
Years ago, we closed it.
We closed it after they put the lights on so people wouldn't be so much access to the lights that you would throw a board or something over while they were painting.
Yeah, but if you're gonna have people, you're gonna have like leave it open to the public to walk on that.
No,
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 he just wants to paint it.
access.
during the painting.
She was talking about possibly,
More of a beautification project.
more of a beautification, and there's talk of I'm not sure if any of the cameras that she's planning on doing would be on there with the lights, but it's more for the beautification, it's the peeling paint and everything.
Yeah, I think it should definitely be closed, but they could probably,
Yeah, they definitely would make a note that those holes need to be covered somehow.
Okay.
So
So that, and she's got a liability release form, so if they do decide to go out there, the county's covered. I can have Brett double check the form since it was created in 2017, but it should still hold up, as far as I'm aware. But we can talk to her about that. I did make a point that, because she was talking about having several volunteers, scared me a bit, the number of, if you're gonna have them, you can't have them large quantities close together. You'd have to space them out for the weight, everything from, like you said, possible crumbling and holes and go out there. It scares me.
think I would want young kids on it.
So restrictions, 18 or older, legal adults, 21.
You get a bunch of 8, 10-year-olds running around on that thing, and that would not be good.
So we can make that part of the
I'd
regular,
say maybe 16 or something.
16 and over. We can let her know that that's part of the regulations set forth by Dawson County. You
Do we have any
know,
responsibility for putting the boards on it? Maybe.
I think that would be up to them. We can make that part of the motion.
be part of the supplies they'd need to bring to do it. That they'd have to follow the,
I figure them things are out, I just walk across the bridge, I'll can go there, look and see how bad they are. Someone.
need to bring some plywood or
Plywood.
OSB board, something. Sturdy enough that they can put it on there. Okay.
Motion on that?
I'll make a motion that we allow them to paint the beautification project under the guys that no one under 16 will be allowed, and that the whole center and the walkway be covered before. So,
Yeah, and then of course, following the EPA regulations, because I know that there's ones for that for any possible drippage into the river. Which we already went over with her, that we'd have to double check those regulations and she'd have to follow them. Okay. I can let her know and update her and let her know she'll have to follow those guidelines and also fill out, this form beforehand. Stating when she'll be doing it, types of repairs, all that good stuff. And we can bring it to you guys. It only has this place for one commissioner's signature. Does it need to have more? Okay, just one day.
I'll second the motion.
Okay, we got a motion and a second. Any further discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries. New business, application for an indigent burial.
Doesn't have a cost, does he?
Yeah, it's on the left.
Oh, there you go. And we get a deal. Make a motion to approve the indigent burial.
I'll second it.
Any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries. Okay, we have a right of way of encroachment permit from Greg Kemp for approach on County Road 303, section 29, township 17, range 56 east, 24-inch culvert required.
Trailer housing for his hired man.
Another approach off Pleasant View or South Prairie.
Yeah. I'd make a motion, I guess we don't. need that.
Yeah.
Yeah, we should
Make
do.
a motion that we approve the,
Encroachment permit.
encroachment for Greg Kell.
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries. Correspondence, we have a notice tax appeal board in session from July 1 through December 31st, 2025. FAA Airports Division, final project report, final payment $16,256.86. Notice from Fisher Industries, a proposed expansion of open cut sand and gravel mine at the site known as the Kent Site, OC 3007 in sections 19 and 30, Township 18 North, range.
I didn't have it filled in. I don't,
You have a question mark under the range.
yeah, because they only had a 5 and that's not a valid
Okay,
number.
it's 93.3 acres, removing approximately 400,000 cubic yards of sand and gravel. And,
We had it listed, but that's
okay,
not right, and that's not right.
okay.
Anyway.
Forest Park and Highland Park annual water quality reports posted on the website. Do we have any public comment?
No public.
I know, but I've got to ask. Hearing no public comment, we will adjourn at 10:21. You do? Hey.
Oh.